So for today's project, we're going to be making butterflies out of upcycled paper. So this one is made out of an old map. Isn't that darling? These two are made out of children's books. Don't worry. They were actually discards from a school library that were headed to the landfill, so I'm not damaging any books. This is out of a comic book. I love the pop of the bright colors. And then this is actually out of a Rick Riordan book, which is meant for young adults. But look at, I love the color of the print and the texture. I think that's beautiful. So today we're going to make one out of a magazine. Please keep my secret. This is actually my husband's birding magazine. Don't let him know that I'm actually ruining it. But anyways, he has read it, so it's actually okay. So we're going to find something, you want to find a page that's interesting on the front and the back. So go through whatever you're going to use. So I think this, I like this front, and then I think the pop of the bright colors in the back will be a nice contrast. So go ahead and rip that out. And then if you're using a magazine, a lot of times there's a white border right here. I like to take it off just because I want as much bright color as I can get, but that's totally up to you. And then I'm going to remove this section right here just because of the way it can't ripped out. I'm so excited to see how this is going to come out. So then you're going to go ahead and you're going to make a square. The easiest way to make a square is you're going to take one corner and bring it right up along this section right here. And then when you cut off this, you'll always end up with a perfect square. That way you don't have to measure or use a stencil. That's a great trick to remember. I've used that over and over again. And then don't throw away this section right here, because this is actually going to become the antenna part of the butterfly. Then you're going to take your square and fold it in half. And then you're going to cut along that crease that you just created. And then this is going to be the top part, and this is going to be the bottom part. So go ahead and you're going to take this section and fold it in half. Make that crease nice, because you're going to be using that as a guide. So right there, you're going to take your bottom right corner and fold it right to that center line that you created. Take your bottom left corner and bring it up, and you formed a triangle. Then you're going to go ahead and do the same thing. The nice thing about this project is pretty much whatever you do to one side, you do to the other, since butterflies are symmetrical. And you're already completed step one. The next step, you're going to take the bottom, and again, using that middle crease you've created, go ahead and fold into it. Like so, and then do it to the other side. Make sure everything is nice and creased. Then you're going to take this right here, and now you're going to fold it back on itself, like so. And then go ahead and do that on the other side. Now you're going to flip it around. Again, that middle crease, go ahead and fold to it. So now it's going to look like that. Now you're going to flip it around and fold in half. Then you're going to take this and fold the entire wing in half. And now you've formed, oh, I love that. I love the green here versus the blue here. I think that's going to be really beautiful. So now you've formed this section right here. Now we're going to go ahead and do the bottom section. Go ahead with that same paper you had. Now you're going to do the bottom. Now you're going to make sure when you create this fan that your crease is the same size as this, so everything matches up. So I just want to double check when I fold that over. Double check that that's the same. Do you see? You want this fold to be exactly the same as right there. And then you're just going to go ahead and fold this like a fan, like you would a fan. As you can see, this comes together quite quickly. As I'm doing this, it would be a great time, if you haven't before, go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the weekly tutorials that come out every Sunday. And if you wouldn't mind commenting on what you're using your butterfly for and what you've made it out of. I love to share ideas and inspire other people. Then if you wind up with just a little bit extra right here, you can go ahead and cut that off just so all your folds are nice and even. And then you're going to fold that in half. And that's going to become the bottom part. So as you can see, this is coming together. Now, you're going to go ahead and form the antenna part with that extra piece that you cut off. Now again, you want to make sure that it's the same. That's the exact same width as everything else. So I can see that it's going to be right about right there. Then go ahead and cut a straight line. You can use a paper cutter if you want it to be exact. And then you're going to fold this in half. And I can really tell right here it's a little bit thicker, so just going to even that up. And then you're going to take, to make it curly, just go ahead and roll it. Roll that top part to give it that really nice spiral. And go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. If you have a quilling tool, you could do that as well right here. And then we're going to assemble it. So you're going to take all your parts and stack them like so. Now I've tried this with double-sided tape and I've tried this with a glue gun. The best thing is to use thread so that everything is held together. So go ahead and take a piece of thread. If you have buttonhole thread, that's nice and thick. That'd probably be better. But if not, you can just go ahead and double what you do have. So it is a little bit stronger. And then you're going to go ahead and tie this all together. It holds all the fan pieces really nice. And double knot that. And then you're going to go ahead and cut all that extra off. Now at this point you do have a choice. If you want to glue right here together to have it exactly like that, you can. Or if you want it to be separated, you don't have to. That's totally up to you. But there you have it. A really beautiful butterfly.